FlossTube. This is an introduction for the third part of videos that I recorded, or I don't know why we call them videos, FlossTubes that I've recorded on Sunday, October 27th, 2019. This is my FlossTube channel, My Stitchy Home. Thanks for coming by. And I will tack this onto the front of recording I already made. So just as a recap, in case you're catching this one and you haven't watched videos 1 and 2, at the end of video 2 I have giveaways. So and then at the near the beginning of video 1 I mentioned 2 giveaways from the past that I need to send out to those winners, and I may need help with their addresses. So I hope you watch all 3 videos from today. I think it'll be FlossTube 11, 12, and 13, and 12 and 13 both have this in the background. So anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by My Stitchy Home. Here comes the rest of this video. Okay, this is not really in any particular chronological order. I found at a local thrift shop this stitch. Now you'll notice that the person who put it in this frame, they didn't have a lot of room there. You can see where their hoop was. So I haven't taken it out of the frame to see what I'm working with, but I would love to, you know, maybe turn it into a pillow or something. It says, "You make me happy when skies are gray." So, and that was 89 cents. At a quilt retreat I went to in October, I think everybody received, no, I was out of the room and my name was drawn for a door prize, and the person running the door prize drawing picked this for me. So what I'm pretty sure it is a candle holder, because this is metal, but I just used it, and I think that was the intent, as a place to put my fabric scraps at the retreat. I had gone off to the retreat without my normal little bowl that I use to hold fabric scraps and threads and stuff, but that gives you an idea that if you have or see a, you know, pillar candle holder, something like that, it would make a good Ort container. Okay, then in Griffin, Georgia, I went to a thrift shop there. My friend Gail had to run to the grocery store and stuff, and I said, well, I'll just go to the thrift shop to kill time. And I found this tin, which is by Moda, and it looked like that. It had the pattern in the window, and it was heavy, and it was 99 cents. It was wrapped in plastic, so I couldn't get into the tin, but based on the weight, I thought, I bet you, I recognize it. It's a Frivols tin, F-R-I-V-O-L-S. And I bet you the fabric that originally came in the tin is in there. And it was. So when I got to the quilt retreat the next day, I had not planned to do this, but I made this quilt top. a Christmas little wall hanging or quilt, baby quilt, or I'm not sure because it's pretty small, but for, what did I say? 99 cents. And this was like in the metal decor area, this little tin. So you just never know what you're going to find at the thrift store. Okay, on my last video, I showed that I had finished this cat. And I don't remember which thrift store I was at, if it was here in Columbus or someplace else, but for 99 cents, perhaps half price, I bought this basket. I think it was at the one in Griffin. And I didn't have this with me, but I thought, I bet you this will fit in the basket. See if I can mimic my idea. So I think I'll paint this, spray paint it, because it's kind of a reddish brown. So there's that. I found this tray, and it was 99 cents or half of that. And I thought it would work good for a finishing too. But I don't have a specific design picked out for it, but I thought, okay, it can be painted. And then this is crazy. This is $7.99. It is a music box. And this is what's in it right now. The love between a husband and wife is forever, and I will always love you. And the cool thing about this is that it has the little, you know, you can easily replace that. I guess that's just a card. So my thought is I can put needlework right there. I don't know if you can see that. You probably recognize the tune. Anyway, there you go. Not sure what I'm putting in there, but something. And then finally, I showed this in my last video, the one I made today. And so I found for $2.99 this, and it's, you know, it's in pretty good shape. A couple little scrape marks, probably from just being in the racks at the thrift store. But I was thinking I might put pumpkin fever in there, and I haven't decided if I did that. I might paint this. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I should paint this wood black or leave it? Anyway, like I said, that was $2.99, or yeah, $2.99. I know that one wasn't half price. Okay, and I got some project boxes too. This was, well, half price. This was $1.50. And I got 3 like that, similar to that, you know, that same size, maybe a little different on the handle or the hinges. Okay. At the 2 quilt retreats I went to this month, I finished up this quilt. I arranged it, I did it a little different, but I'm not gonna open it all up, but I had to get the borders on, so there's 4 borders. I did 4 borders. It didn't call for this first border, but I added it, and when I get that quilted and get it back, I'll hang it up here so you can see what mine looks like. But it's, you know, it's similar to this. And so that is done. I just have to piece together the back, sew together the back, and then it can go off to be quilted. Right at the end of the second retreat, I started to work on a table runner for a friend of mine who graduated from Paul Mitchell cosmetology or beauty school, and I found this fabric line that is, you know, lipstick, lipstick and lips, kind of see it there, eyelashes. Oh, there's some more eyelashes. The fabric line, in case any of you sew and you would love to find some fabric, a little more grown-up looking makeup related fabric. This one is from Riley Blake Designs, Kiss Me Kate. So I had been looking for a long time, and so I've got the block sewn. It's a disappearing 9 patch is what it's called, and then the backing fabric will be the lips, and the binding on the edges of the table runner will be the lipstick. So not sure. Hopefully I'm going to finish that and quilt it myself this year. And so this is for Amy, and then her sister Cassie I made a diving themed table runner for, and I'd like to give them theirs, you know, for Christmas. So I did that, and you're gonna hear some more plastic crinkling. I made 2 charity quilts, and I'll show you. Here's a picture of quilt number 1. And this is the backing for quilt number 1. And I cut coral colored binding, the same as the inner border, that coral color. So, you know, this is the quilt, but you just saw the picture. So and then I'll insert a picture of a charity quilt number 2. And that's this quilt. And I cut black binding. It does have black in it. I cut a black, kind of a wicker looking black. You can see it. Binding. And the backing, I'll insert a picture of the back. It was a pieced back. It's mostly the blue, but it did have a few little pieces from the front that I had left over, and I like doing pieced backs to my quilt. I got those made, and then finally I had, somebody had given me, or I had picked up again at some giveaway, this kit. Can you read that? Blissfully Buried in Fabric, Avalanche. And you can see her red heels. She's completely covered up with fabric from her closet. This is a sewing machine cover. And when I got it, this long panel that goes up and over and down, it was all together. The avalanche block on front and back, it was pinned in place to some batting, and the lining fabric is black. It's not a solid black, it's got a little design in it, but they had not yet applied the strips around the avalanche block, so that's what I did. And then I cut everything to size and pinned it all together, and I cut binding, this fabric here on the edge, to cover up where it's seamed together. And so this can go over the sewing machine when the sewing machine is just sitting here on my dining room table. Isn't that cute? So that was one of those projects, like I would see it and I would say, you know, that wouldn't take that much to finish it. So now it's finished. I've said before on previous videos, 2019 was the year for finishing. So that one's finished. There's still a lot more to finish, but this is finished and that's finished. Okay, anything else? Oh, yes. Between the two quilt retreats this month, the needlepoint shop that's in Montgomery, Alabama, held a 4-day stitch-in, if you will. And I couldn't attend the first 2 days because the first day was the end of the first quilt retreat, and then I needed a day for some appointments and rest and whatnot. But the Saturday and Sunday of the 4-day stitch-in, I went with friends. I drove, and I worked both Saturday and Sunday. You would not know it to look at it, but I worked on this piece, which is by Toni Gerdes, Tonigerdes. It's called Fire and Ice. And I attended a class by the local EGA chapter, I think a couple of years ago, maybe last year. Might have been last year. I tell you, time just goes by. So anyway, what did I do? I did some of the stitching here and over here and in here. It just does, it just really doesn't look like I did anything. And I worked from 9:30 in the morning till about 4. 2 days. It just doesn't look like I got anything done. But I promise you, I was working. Well, I was working, except for I did a video on Saturday, just a quick tour. You probably saw that. I think that was FlossTube number 9, maybe. And then the next day, it occurred to me that there were some items in the clearance hallway that might be of interest to, particularly to cross-stitchers, but obviously also people who shop in needlepoint stores. And there were 2 pieces of linen, and then there were Dinky Dyes floss packs to kit up your Glendon Place patterns, various Glendon Place patterns. So the FlossTube number 10, I think, was showing you those items that were you know, sell priced. And let me know if any of you took advantage of that and ordered like the Dinky Dice floss packs or bought the linen. I have not checked back with the owner to see if anybody called her or came in as a result of the video. But that was my intention, was maybe somebody out there would say, I need that floss pack. And it would help them get the flosses for less money and help her get rid of the floss packs because she no longer had the patterns. Okay, then also she was trying to get rid of some mono canvas, and I only wanted this green and blue, but yes, she also had 2 shades of pink rolled up in the same, which I can't get to, but anyway, I think I bought them for $10 a piece. And so there's this kind of a coral dusty rose, and then a pale pink, and then the turquoise color, aqua turquoise color. Zweigert. And then this kind of blue-green color. Really, I'll be able to stitch a lot off these. I have an idea for the blue one, and maybe the blue-green one. So I picked up some thread colors to use for a design that's like an ink circles design. In other words, I didn't have the pattern, but I knew I wanted some variegated flosses and I wanted some pearl cottons. And so I got those. Beautiful. And then I did take a pattern to kit up. It's a Laura Perrin, it is a counted canvas pattern. It's called Color Study Starry Nights by Laura J. Perrin. And for those of you who are thinking, oh my gosh, just give you an idea of the pattern with excellent instructions on how to stitch every bit of this. Excellent instructions. So the colors are, they're pearl cottons and DMC floss, and there's also these hard to see, Krynic. And then the canvas for that was this. When I told her what I wanted, she said it was this blue. Now, I think this is pretty much full coverage, that this won't show, but I may switch and stitch it on the turquoisey blue, or even the blue green, but probably the turquoise blue, or I may keep it at this one. I'm not sure, but anyway. Then I got the mini stretcher bars that you mount the canvas to. I got those. And this stitch in, she gave us a goodie bag with some Halloween candy and stuff like that, but also several flosses that I think are, the way they feel like silk. And they catch on my fingers like silk. And this was just in our goodie bag as free. Well, we paid $40 for the opportunity to stitch there all 4 days. So $40 all 4 days. But we got lunch served to us, and soft drinks were provided too. And then there were 2 ribbons. This one is kind of fall colors, and then this one was like a baby pink. And I've not done a lot of ribbon work. Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. The only other thing I see in front of me, I see 2 things to show you, is I stitched up 2, 3, 4 years ago my EGA Guild name tag, but I need to I made the twisted cord, but I still need to apply the twisted cord to the edge. And I made it where it had a magnet so I could wear it, you know. So that's a project to do. I kind of got buried somewhere and misplaced. But I found it, so now I can do it. And then the last thing I want to show you is my friend Melissa has made these cozy caddies, and they close with pearl cotton and 2 buttons. They're made with Peltex, which is a really stiff interfacing, and it's kind of thick. It's not thin like you think of clothing interfacing. It's really, you know, thick, sturdy. I gave her the fabrics. This one had a sewing theme, and then the inside says, I don't know if you can see it, but it says Stitch. And then she makes these smaller ones too, and these would be, I think these would be ideal for your orts, right? And I didn't have them put together, but anyway, you could see. So anyway, she's making those. She just started an Instagram account called Miss Plue Designs, and I'll try to put that up here or in the description box below. So her name is Melissa, and my other friend Kathy, they're in it together. Kathy mainly makes bags, although Melissa also makes bags. But if you want a cozy caddy, see Melissa at Miss Plue Designs. And folks, that is it. I know you're tired of me, but thank you for coming to my Stitchy home, and I hope you have a good week. And until I see you again, happy stitching. Bye.